I want to start off with what's happening in real time in the Saudi economy. We've been sifting through a lot of the corporate balance sheets, looking for clues as to whether Saudis are spending more. Are they?
Sure, sir. They are spending more on some sectors. For example, the food sector, they're definitely spending more, especially in the fast food segment. In the big chains, they are spending more. For example, if you see the Herfy financials, as you mentioned, we have given a good results on the third quarter and for the 3 quarters of the year. And hopefully it will continue for the fourth quarter and for next year.
Khaled, a very good morning to you. The other big story that we're tracking at Bloomberg is the impact of the so-called exodus or the departure of expatriates from the kingdom. Have you noticed any demonstrable change in terms of the complexion of your customer, in terms of the impact from this movement of, let's say, higher spending or the ability to spend expatriate community, if at all?
Not in Herfy, not in the food segment. Herfy customers are mainly 90% Saudis, so we didn't feel any drop in sales because of that reason.
Khaled, we've spoken to quite a few analysts, and the feedback we're getting is that you've shown quite a bit of margin resilience. So you've been able to keep costs under control. You look at what's happening with VAT, the tax on sugary drinks, you look at your labor input costs. How exactly have you been able to manage those costs? What are you doing?
Sure. Well, we've been working with our, suppliers, and we call them partners. We really worked hard with them. Found ways and solutions to get better prices in all the supply chain. We have managed to cut the cost of some of the rented restaurants. So it mainly came from there. Plus, we have paid around 60 million deleveraging, to the banks. This is also will take our costs more down, as an interest rate or interest cost.
Now, Khaled, you said that 90% of your customers are Saudis, so this takes us nicely to the question about internationalization.
Not none, but I would say overseas. 10% only.
Okay, let's talk about what's next for Herfy in terms of expansion into Asia. We understand you're looking at various franchise opportunities. I want to know which geographies are perhaps the most important to you when you go to do this expansion plan. Where are you most focused?
Sure. Well, first of all, in Saudi Arabia, we have around 365 branches now. All are owned and operated by Herfy. We are looking into an expansion plan for the next 5 years inside Saudi Arabia. Plus, as you mentioned, we have done a franchisee in Kuwait since 5 years now. In the last year, a year ago exactly, in November, we opened our first branch in Bangladesh. It was a huge success. They opened their second store. Now they're opening their third store before the end of the year, and they're planning to open 5 more next year. So all this, the story of Bangladesh, it's really giving us a good boost, giving us a good, really exposure to the international market. All the international chains are in Bangladesh already, so this is give us a confident that the Herfy brand is an international brand, international standards, and it can go outside of Saudi Arabia and compete with all the international brands. So we are looking into parts of Asia. We are looking also into parts of Africa, and hopefully soon you will hear about new deals that will be signed in those two continents.
So Khaled, just to perhaps get a clear understanding of how you're looking to go about that, does that mean you're looking at acquisitions, at mergers? how much money are you willing to spend perhaps in chasing inorganic growth? What kind of resources do you have to play with?
Okay, for acquisitions, we have been reviewing, a lot of opportunities in the last year. Until now, we did not reach any, final decision about them. We're still looking and searching for the best opportunity. But still, as I told you, in the Saudi market, still there is an opportunity for Herfy to grow. We can reach easily 500 stores in the next, few years inside Saudi Arabia. Plus, I see really a big opportunity expanding through franchising outside of Saudi Arabia.